Hi, welcome to Allied Health Psychology. I'm David Pollack, your instructor this semester. First of all, if you are new to Georgia View, like the pop-up announcement says when you first came into this class, I would like you to stop what you're doing now and go back to the My Georgia View homepage. You click on the link up there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, My Georgia View, and go to the Learning to Use Georgia View for Students course. It's a self-paced course. It won't take you too long. It'll show you how to use Georgia View, though. If you're new to Georgia View, do that first and then come back to where you are now and continue. That'll just save you some frustration if you learn how to use Georgia View before actually doing a course. For those of you who already know Georgia View, or if you've gone and done that and are coming back, then welcome to the course again. What is this course about? It's an introduction to the mental health field. We're going to be doing a variety of things here. We're going to be learning about the mental health care system. We're going to be learning about the theories of mental health care, the therapies we use to treat people with mental health problems, and a little bit about the various kinds of disorders that people can have. This is not everything you need to know about mental health care by any means. This is just an overview and introduction to it. You could take any one piece of this course that we're doing and get almost an entire graduate degree in that topic. So we're talking about a lot of different things here. A pretty quick tour of the whole mental health care field. Some of you will never wind up working in a mental health situation like a psychiatric hospital. You'll work in hospitals and nursing homes and doctors' offices, but you still, in those settings, need to know some basic things about mental health care because you're going to be dealing with people with mental health issues there, just like you do everywhere else in your life. So this is a pretty important course. I hope some of you may find it interesting enough to then pursue mental health as a field of study for further education and perhaps for your career. But even if you don't, this is an important thing for you to know about. So let's talk about how this course works. First of all, online courses in general require a little bit more out of you, the student, than a regular face-to-face traditional class does. You have to be a little bit more responsible for your learning than you do in a regular class. So to be aware that you need to know what's going on in the class, what's required of you, and make time for your learning. Our textbook for this course is very important. It is required. You're going to be reading every page of it. And so make sure if you are a slow reader that you make time for your reading and that you read carefully because it's an important part of what you're going to be doing this semester. So what do? You're going to go, when we get through the Start Here, you're going to go to Weekly Assignments. That's right under Start Here on the home page of the course. And you're going to click on whatever week we're in. We'll be in week 1, so you'll click on week 1. And every week there will be a list of things that you have to do for that week, and you simply follow those assignments for that week. What they're going to be like most of the time is you'll be assigned some chapters of the book to read. You will take some short quizzes on each chapter. These are usually multiple choice questions, somewhere between 10 and 20. And they're timed tests so that you have to read the material ahead of time. You can't sit there and take the test and look up the answers because you just don't have time to do it in the 10, 15, or 20 minutes that are allowed for the quiz. So you have to read the text ahead of time and then take the quiz. You'll have other things to do each week, like reading some more material here online or watching a video. And then you'll have things like discussions to participate in where I ask you to explain something further that you've read or discuss it, and sometimes it's your opinion, but most of the time it's applying what you've learned. Or you'll have an assignment to do that varies anywhere from something simple and quick to do to something a little bit more complex where you take the things that we've been talking about and apply them in some way. So readings, short quizzes, more material online, and assignments and discussions. That's basically what we'll be doing each week. You have access to 2 weeks at a time, so if you want to work ahead, you know you've got a busy week coming up, you can work on the next week ahead of time, but you can't do more than that because I want people participating in the discussions at about the same time, so you can't work weeks and weeks ahead of time, only 1 week at a time. These first 2.5 weeks are fairly light. This first week is basically getting to know each other and what the course is about, the syllabus, and then you can click on week 2, and you'll see that week 2 and 3 are actually combined. There's a fairly long list of things to do there, but it's spread over 2 weeks, so it's really not that much for a 2-week period. But we will start learning about the mental health care system and the history of all this here in the first couple of weeks. A few other how-to details when you're in a learning module. Be sure when you look at the table of contents over here on the left side of the screen that if you notice that there's a plus sign next to something, that means that there are other subheadings under that heading. So click on the plus sign and it will expand that area and you'll see what you need to do there. Because what you're going to do each week is you're just going to work yourself through that table of contents one thing at a time, do the reading or the video or whatever it is. It's just laid out in a table of contents. But you don't want to miss anything there. So if there's a plus sign, click on the plus sign to expand it to make sure you don't miss anything there. Keep up with what's required. It's all laid out in the syllabus and here in Georgia View about what it is that you're supposed to do. It's your responsibility to make sure you get these things done and done on time. There are penalties for not doing them on time. You can read about that in the syllabus. So this is not unmanageable by any means, but it's up to you to make sure you get these things done on time, and I hope you will. I have a lot of interesting things to talk about this semester and learn about. Some are a little bit more interesting than others and more fascinating than others, but that's the way it is with any topic. But I hope you find it interesting, and I'm here to help you throughout the semester in whatever way I can. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can read the About Me on the table of contents here. It tells you a little bit more about me. And when you're ready to go on, just go to week 1 and the weekly assignments, and let's get started.